Hey everybody, it's your boy Ricky here with Honeybee Stamps, and today we're going to be making a card using some stuff from the new release, Spring Bliss. We're going to be using some blender brushes here. We're going to be using Distress Oxide in mustard seed and walnut stain. And as you can see, there's some already on my hand. We're also going to be using some white paper here, and we're also going to be using some gemstones or crystal gemstones. These are the raw honey colors. And next we're going to be using the stamp set Old Rugged Cross along with the matching dies. And then lastly, we are going to be using the wood panel frame dies here, which is amazing because you can make frames out of these for your cards. They're pretty cool and they come in different sizes. I believe the highest you can go is 5x7 or probably 7x7 if you wanted to. So here we go, we're going to start making the card. The first thing I'm going to do is cut out a cross from the die set here, and we're going to just use white paper to do that. We're going to go ahead and stick that through the die cutting machine. Once that comes out, we're going to glue it down to a piece of paper, and we are going to do some ink blending here. My cross is yellow here because I messed up earlier and I cut that out. But basically, I'm just measuring to make sure that it's centered onto the card and everything looks straight and good and all that great stuff. Make sure that you have a T-ruler. And we're just going to take the mustard seed here and we're going to go around the cross to make it look like it's kind of glowing. In hindsight, I really didn't need to do this. I could have just done the center here because I end up covering up the cross. My original idea was to keep it as a white cross, but then I changed my mind, and yeah, that's how card making goes. You just change your mind in the middle of making your card. So we have the mustard seed on here. It looks like it's glowing. I'm just doing a final couple touches here. And now what we're going to do is we are going to take the cross and we are also going to die cut it from these wood panels to make it look like they're made of wood. So basically, I'm just going to take the pieces here and I'm going to die cut them out of some white paper. And then you can see here I'm taping them down so I can stick them through the die cutting machine. And then once they come out of the die cutting machine, we are going to do some ink blending on those as well. Now that they're out, we're going to take the walnut stain, and now we are going to ink blend on these white pieces of cardstock. And as you can see, the wood grain is coming through from using the stained walnut here. And I'm going to go through this, make it a little darker in certain areas, and go back and forth, and make it really nice and brown, just like a piece of wood. And here I am just finishing up. Then what we'll do is once we get these taken care of, we are going to then cut these out from the cross die. Now I could have just made a cross and cut it, but no, I had to make it difficult. And in hindsight, I could have done that, but we're going to do it this way. So basically I take the wood pieces and I go ahead and tape those down to the cross. And I'm going to cut out this area first. And then once that one's cut out, I will do the longer piece and I'll do the same thing. And then they will be cut out and we will use these to form the cross to fit on the white spot that's on the card that's covered up that I really didn't need to do. So we'll go ahead and get that through the die cutting machine, and then here we are, we have those out. Now I'm going to open up the layered lilies here. And I did not show this in the beginning of the video because I did not plan on using this. But what we're going to do is take the palm fronds out of this and we are going to cut those out of some green cardstocks here. We have a light green and a dark green. And we're going to cut out 2 of each of those. And then here I am cutting out the dark green, and I will run these through my little miniature die cutting machine, which is the most amazing machine ever. If it ever comes on screen, there it is. And we're going to go ahead and get these guys placed onto the die cutting machine and get these cut out. The original idea was to only do 2, but I ended up doing 4 pieces because I changed my mind in the middle of making this video. And that's how we do it here at Honeybee Stamps. So we have these cut out, and here you're seeing me arrange them, you know, kind of like diagonally. But as the video goes along, that changes. And sorry, it's a little blurry here. Sorry about that. It must be focusing on my die cutting machine and not down on the mat. But we have the cross here. I'm going to go ahead and get that set aside so it can dry. And that was my idea. And then I went ahead and cut out 2 more palm fronds, and then I just placed those onto the card. I thought this looked a little better. Now we're going to take some of these gemstones or crystal gemstones out of the packaging here, and I'm going to try to find the one that I feel matches the best. And we're just going to place these onto the cross, on one on each side of the top, and one on the top, and one near the bottom of the cross, just to give it a little bit of bling and, you know, a little bit of added touch to this. And then here we go. We're going to go ahead and place the last one onto the top of the cross. And now I'm going to just see what this looks like. Yes, I think this is how I want it to be. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue down the palm fronds. And so I'll glue this first one down. And then actually in this video, I mess up and I do not put the right one down. So in this next little clip here, you're going to see a little piece of torn green paper on the cross. That's because I had to peel one of the palm fronds up and do the right color. But it was fine. It was okay. We all make mistakes, you know, we make it work. So now I'm going to take these dark green ones. I'm kind of making like a, I don't know, like a star or a cross, I guess, another version of a cross here. And I'm just putting those down. And then what I'm going to do is put some foam tape on the cross, and I'm going to place the cross on top of this. And that's why you see why I really didn't need to do the white cross. I don't know why I did that, but anyway, we have this sat down. I'm getting it a little straightened up. I want to make sure everything's right. And now we're going to back this up with some green paper. We're going to make a green mat. And I'm just going to cut this to be a little bit bigger than 4 and a little bit bigger than 5 and a quarter. Perfect. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this glued on. See, as you can see, that's where I messed up. I just used the other side of the paper because paper has 2 sides and they both need to be used if possible. Of course, my head is in the way, so of course this is going to get on straight. Perfect. Yes, it's on. So I have that put on, and now it's time for the sentiment. And it took me forever to figure out how I was going to do this sentiment because I didn't do it before I put the card together. And that's a little scary sometimes because you don't know how this is going to come out. But what I decided to go with is sending my love during this difficult time. And we will go from there. I'm going to use some black ink here. I'm just seeing what fits, trying to, you know, figure it out what's going on. Now I have the mini Misty here. I had to have this mini Misty because if I did not, I would have for sure jacked this up and would have had to start all over again, or put a piece of stripe paper over the front of it to get a good sentiment stamp here. And here I am struggling, trying to get this straight to make sure everything's right. Is it straight? Is it straight? No, it's not straight, so I have to redo it again. And I do it again, and I do it again. But we eventually get it on there, and then we're just going to use some your favorite black ink, and we're going to stamp this out onto the card front, and then we're pretty much going to be done. This is a new stamp set, so I try to rub them down with my hand so that the ink sticks to it. I pretty much do that for every ink or every stamp set that I have. So we go ahead and get that stamped out. It's perfect, and pretty much the card is done. So thank you all for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Make sure that you head over to Honeybee Stamps and check out this new fabulous release. Make sure you check them out all on the social medias and all that great stuff. And then also check me out on social media by searching for Primero Cards on Instagram and YouTube. And as an added bonus, Honeybee Stamps is giving away 2 $25 gift cards. So please make sure that you leave a message on this video because they will be choosing winners from the comments on every video. Again, that's 2 $25 gift cards to their store. Lovely. Go ahead and do it. As you see, we're going to go ahead and get this glued down and the card will be completed. So thank you all very much for coming along on this video hop. I truly appreciate it. And you guys have a great week, and I will talk with you soon. Bye.